Namaste to all. Few beautiful knowledge given by my Acharya in the past 1 week yajna. Well, this audio will be very short. I will try to summarize some of the essential points which I had noted down from his various yajnas. My Acharya was telling a very beautiful point. मन एक ही है आपके पास. There is only one mind you have. My Acharya used to give an example that you have a bartan, you have a vessel, and the vessel is filled with yogurt, dahi. If you want to buy milk in that vessel, first you must pour the yogurt outside, then clean the vessel, and then you take milk in that bartan. Otherwise, if you try to get milk in the same vessel which is having the yogurt, the milk will get spoiled. So my Acharya was telling an important point that you are coming here to listen the knowledge of the Vedas, or you are going somewhere else to a yogi, to a rishi, to a muni to listen the knowledge. But what is there inside your mind is very important. Your mind is already filled with, like the vessel filled with yogurt, your mind is filled with sanshaya. Your mind is filled with the doubt towards that Acharya. Your mind is filled with kam, krodh, mad, lobh, ahankar. If your mind is having these things, how can it receive the knowledge of that yogi? It cannot. So my Acharya was telling that first try to empty your mind. First try to become neutral. Then listen the knowledge from the Acharya. Then you will be able to understand what Acharya is telling. Otherwise, your mind is prejudiced. You will not be able to understand what Acharya says. Extremely important point. And my Acharya was telling another point, why Vedas are Chetan Brahm. I am always telling that Vedas are Chetan, Vedas are Chetan. Why it is Chetan? My Acharya explained the answers. A chair made from wood will have the property of the wood. A cot made from wood or steel will have the property of wood or steel. Similarly, Almighty God's property is there in Vedas because Vedas emanate from Almighty God. God is Chetan, Vedas are Chetan. God is Sarvashaktiman, Vedas are Sarvashaktiman. God is omnipresent, Vedas are omnipresent. There is no difference in qualities between God and Vedas. In fact, yesterday I made a shorts video in my YouTube channel. It was a beautiful Atharveda mantra. The mantra itself is like half a line only. It says very beautifully that Almighty God is known from the Vedas, and the Vedas knowledge emanates from that Almighty God. So Vedas are Chetan Brahma because God is Chetan Brahma. Vedas are called as Shabda Brahma, God is called as Parabrahma. Both have the same qualities. We can know the Almighty God from Vedas only. There is no other path. And my Acharya was telling about the Omayanta Idma Atma mantra, where I made a separate video I think 2 years back. Really beautiful mantra which gives 5 blessings to all the aspirants. Whoever does everyday Agnihotra, whoever does everyday Yajna, they get these 5 blessings when they put ahutis in the burning fire, with the meaning of course in the heart. Omayanta Idma Atma Chasman Prajaya Pashubir Brahmavachasehe. Almighty God, just like this fire is growing with the Samhita, please make my family also grow. Let my children grow. Let my family grow. Let there not be any poverty or scarcity of food, etc. Let the food grow in our house. Let the animals be taken care in, not only in my house, also in the country. Let there be Brahma Varchasen. Let there be the knowledge of the Brahma, knowledge of the Almighty God across the universe. And Anna Adi, let there be food available to everybody, not only to me, to everybody. And Adi means etc. If there are any other Shubh Sankalp, Shubh desire, which is not told in this Prarthana, please give that also to us. So my Acharya was telling that today's saints, today's so-called self-made gurus, they have ensured that people are not getting this Ashirvad because they are not giving the knowledge of the Vedas. In the previous times, everybody got this Ashirvad because everybody was worshipping God through Vedas. So my Acharya was telling that extremely important to do everyday Agnihotra. Of course, many of you have asked me question that can I do Agnihotra on my own without Diksha? Diksha is very, very important. Without Diksha, there is no progress in spiritual path. So you start Agnihotra, but please parallelly try to search an Acharya to get Diksha. And my Acharya told that the biggest avidya is considering avidya as vidya. Today people go to temple to worship Almighty God, thinking that this worship is God's worship. This is the biggest avidya. They are thinking that what they are doing is vidya. Actually they are doing avidya. People have created their own almighty gods. Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai, Parsi, Jain, everybody has created their own almighty gods, leaving the God who creates us. This is the biggest avidya. And my Acharya was telling that every yogi, every rishi's mind is always fixed in that almighty God. Every yogi wants to get involved and indulged fully 24/7 in the sublime bliss of the Vedas. And that's how my Acharya was telling Kashyapa Rishi, he did Veda Adhyayan. He was totally in sublime bliss of Vedas for more than 300 years. And after 300 years, he told Almighty God, sorry, I cannot get satisfied with Veda Adhyayan because Ananta Vai Veda. Vedas are endless. Ananta means there is an end. Ananta means there is no end. So I am leaving my body, Almighty God, because Ananta Vai Veda. So my Acharya was telling that every yogi has this experience in their life. And every yogi, they want only one thing. They want silence. They want loneliness. They want to be away from the public because they want to get the eternal bliss of Almighty God. And my Acharya was telling that this is the Anubhav Gyan. This is not a bookish knowledge. That Vedas are Ananta Vai Veda is not a bookish knowledge. It is the knowledge that is gained by every yogi in Samadhi. And my Acharya was telling about an important point. Idan Namama. Every day you are chanting the name of Almighty God. Every day you are saying Agneye Swaha Idam Agneye Idan Namama. Somaye Swaha Idan Somaye Idan Namama. My Acharya was telling, why you are forgetting the meaning of Idan Namama? Mama means yours, mine. Namama means not mine. What is that in this universe? Show me one object, one matter in this universe which is yours. Nothing is yours. But you just say by word Idan Namama in the daily Agnihotra, but you do not recognize that it is Idan Namama. So the moment you recognize that this is not mine, this is Almighty God's, this is Acharya's, then the blessings, the kripa of Almighty God will start entering your life, my Acharya was telling. And the person who puts ahutis in the burning fire every day, if somebody does tapasya of Agnihotra, of Yajna, Natasya Maya, Na Ripurishi. Ripu means the enemies, Maya means the Kam, Krodh, Madlobha, Ahankar, Rajaguna, Tamaguna, Satoguna, will not be able to overpower that sadhak, that aspirant. So everybody must try their best to focus their efforts on name jap and Agnihotra. Then this Maya will not impact you. And my Acharya was explaining on Rigveda mantra, which beautifully explained. God is, I think in first mandal, I forgot the sukta. God is explaining a beautiful knowledge. God says, hey Vidwan, you are learned philosopher of Vedas. You must not marry a woman who does not know Vedas. Similarly, God says to a Nari, hey Vidushi Nari, you are learned philosopher of Vedas. You must not marry a man who is not learned of Vedas. So my Acharya says that Vidwan should marry Vidushi and Vidushi should marry Vidwan. And God also says that it's okay if a foolish is marrying a foolish. Then there is no fight. Fool to fool, no fight. But Vidwan to fool, the male is Vidwan, the female is Agyani, then there is fight. Similarly opposite. the female is Vidushi, the male does not have knowledge of Vedas, then there is fight in the family. So God is giving a very, very important knowledge. We have seen many stories, and it's also a practical experience. If you know Vedas and then if your partner does not know Vedas, then you would appreciate this Veda mantra. And my Acharya was telling another important Veda mantra where Almighty God says that Vidwan Log, those people are Acharyas, they are the one who can give the Marg Darshan to the public. And there is no other way to attain happiness without the knowledge of the Vedas. So go to the shelter of an Acharya. And doing Vedic Shubkaram is the Dharma. Veda Akila Dharma Moolam, says Manu Bhagavan in Manusmriti. So doing Vedic Shubkaram is the Dharma. There is no other Dharma such as Hinduism or Islam, etc. And one more Rigveda mantra, God says that the pravachan that is emanating from the mouth of the Acharya is like an arrow. It hits you directly if you are an aspirant. And if you are a true aspirant, the hit of that arrow or the hit of the pravachan will change your life towards the path of realization. And also the same knowledge only will protect you. There is no other protection. Nahi nahi rakshati dukriya karane. There is no other protection other than the protection of the knowledge of the Vedas. Even if you know the president of the country or the prime minister of the country, at the time of death, only the knowledge of Acharya will come and protect you. There is no other protection possible. So, my Acharya was telling that try to understand this life, this death, bar janam, bar mrityu. Life and death again and again and again and again is the greatest klesha, greatest dukh. So do not try to waste your life, try to put your life towards the Vedic path. Because this knowledge, this human body will not be given to you again if you waste the life, my Acharya was telling. And also, lastly, before closing, my Acharya gave a very, very beautiful, very important thing. He who loves a rosy cheek. My Acharya told, I studied one poem in 12th standard, William Cobb. He wrote a beautiful poem where he said that if you are loving the rosy cheek, beautiful lips of a girl, of a woman, and then you fall in love with her, then when the time moves slowly, the time moves, at one point of time, the same cheeks, the same lips, the same body of the woman will give you dukh because you were indulged in the sharirik prem. You are not having atmik prem. So my Acharya is telling that never fell for the bodily sharirik prem. Always try to understand that the woman whom you are loving is also a jivatma, like you are a jivatma. And similarly, a woman loving a man should understand that she is a jivatma and her husband is also a jivatma. So do not have sharirik prem. Do not get into the trap of bodily attractions, because this sharirik prem is a shanika. It's very, very momentary. The same body which you were loving so much will give you dukkha in some time. So always try to understand the Atma Gyana. Always try to appreciate the qualities of the Jivatma and try to love the eternal Jivatma inside the human body. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.